The Journey of Yes, the everyday adventure of radical obedience, explores what it truly means to say yes to happiness, especially when it leads through pain, uncertainty, and unexpected purpose. It was written to help people navigate their own journey of faith and identity with courage and conviction.
Author Brenda Palmer joins us now to share more on her debut book. Congratulations on the new book and welcome home.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so excited that I get to share it here at home.
That is amazing. So the first question is, what exactly are you saying yes to?
I love that. I am saying yes to the unknown. Usually it's saying yes to trust that my faith in God would lead me to places way beyond what I could lead myself to.
Okay.
And so sometimes it's scary, but what I've learned is that on the other side of that fear and facing it comes a life I couldn't have dreamed of or imagined.
Mm-hmm. What was the turning point for you where you said, I have to change something up, or I have to do something different, I have to say yes as opposed to saying no? I guess, were you saying no before?
I think I was saying no to a life that was outside of what I thought it would be. And so I think the turning point was going, I know this feels really satisfying, but there's always a thing that's unsettling when I know there can be more. And so sometimes it's like, I have no idea where this will lead, but I know it'll lead me beyond what I'm in right now.
Okay. So this book, is it self-help solely? But because I think you're also sharing some of your own personal journey
For sure.
in the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't say it would be self-help. I think it's different when someone says do something based off something they've read. So it's more like you should try this because here's how it's worked for me.
Okay.
So I think it's at the end of every chapter there are questions to invite the reader to focus on their own journey. So it's like, here's an example, here's what it looks like. Now let's try it in your life.
All right, so you talk in the book openly about this concept of leading while bleeding. What exactly does that mean, and what did that look like for you?
I think it means when I have purpose, it doesn't stop because I'm hurting, but what I'm going through can be used to help someone else. So I'm gonna still show up and use what I'm going through to help others get through what they're going through. And for me, that looks like sometimes experiencing pain from people I'm supposed to serve. And so it's like, if you show up for your family members and maybe they don't treat you right, it's like, I'm still gonna remain who I am despite how you're treating me, and I'm gonna keep showing up, and that way it'll end up changing that person's heart for sure.
I kind of feel like a lot of people can really identify with something or someone when they share a piece of them. And in here, you share this betrayal from the pulpit. Can you talk to us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I was on staff serving at a church and experienced a betrayal from my pastor. And it's really ironic that I ended up in ministry because something like that typically would pull you away from that environment. But I think it gave me an empathy and made me want to fight for people who experience that pain so they wouldn't leave their faith because of a bad experience. We have jobs and sometimes they don't always go well, but we don't quit the next day. We show up and believe that it'll get better on the other side. And so instead of allowing that betrayal to crush me, I use it as passion and motivation to ensure that people stay in their faith despite all things.
You also talk about this concept of delayed obedience in the book, and I'm curious how, to your point about showing up even when things aren't great, there's something powerful in that lesson. How did that happen for you? And can you talk a little bit about just what delayed obedience means in general for you?
Yeah, I think it's sometimes when we choose not to do the thing, right? It's not the point of questioning, because I think it's okay to ask questions. We want clarity. We want to make sure we're making the right step, especially when it's such a huge decision like quitting your job or moving across the country. And so I think that's not delayed. I want to make sure I need confirmation, right? But I think delayed obedience is says, no, I'm too afraid. I don't know what this looks like. I'm actually not going to do it. And I'm going to make an excuse to stay in comfortability. This feels better because it's what I know.
It's almost like somebody's operating from a place of fear.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
For sure.
Is this book only for people who are of a particular faith, or can someone who may not be affiliated with any particular religion or faith get something from it?
Absolutely. I think it's written with the undertone of like, my faith is me saying yes to Jesus. But I think that when you look at it or you read it, you'll be able to say, man, there's some areas that I've been allowing fear to keep me stagnant. And whether you believe in whatever you believe in, we all can take a little push towards the things that we really desire.
I am color me intrigued. That's all I gotta say. Yeah, the concept of yes.
Well, just one question I have is, how do you know you're supposed to say yes to this? Because there are some things that you should say no to, right?
Absolutely, and a lot of my yeses have come on the back end of saying no.
Okay.
And so I think that a lot of my faith has a huge deciding factor in what I say yes to.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think, like, does this align with my morals and my values
Okay.
and what I actually believe? And usually I have to ask myself, like, is this going to only benefit me, or is it going to benefit others? And if it's going to benefit myself as well as others, I know it's a thing that God's asking me to do.
Okay, all right. Well, and you're going to be speaking about this.
Yes, at Essence Fest this weekend.
Oh,
Yes, yes, yes. It's been
that's
so great. We
great.
had a sold out book signing here the other day in
Okay.
Chicago, so it
Yes.
felt really good to be back home. And now we're gonna keep taking this message on the road.
All
Love
right,
it.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
to
you.
For more information, you can visit IamBrendaPalmer.com.